What's up, YouTube? Dat Boy Dirty coming at you guys again today with our last and final addition to our tight offset tight end mini scheme out of the New England Patriots playbook. Hindsight is 2020. Looking back, I wish I would have made this the very first tip because I'll explain it more in a little bit, but it's going to make all the other plays just a little bit better. So it's a very simple tip. It's going to be a short video. Part of the reason that makes this New England Patriots scheme attractive for me, so I'm going to come out on a random play, is if anyone knows what personnel is. So the personnel package that we have on the field right now, it's called so many different things based on what level, with high school, college, pro. I always grew up on it being called 31 personnel. And 31 personnel means you have the 3 stands for 3 receivers, and the 1 is 1 tight end. So because of that, when I click X to audible and I click my D-pad left or right to flip through all the other formations, any other formation that has 3 receivers and 1 tight end I can audible to. So I'm not going to be able to audible to I form because it has a fullback. I'm not going to be able to audible to like 5 wide with no receivers and all that stuff. It is just 31 personnel formations. So heck, I can even go to like pistol bunch tight end if I wanted to. Any play or any formation with that personnel package. What we're gonna do here is, if you guys notice at the bottom of the screen, there is RS. I don't know what it says on PlayStation. I'm on Xbox, but RS for right stick, and then packages. So I can just flip it with my right stick. If I flick it left and right, all right. If I flip it just once to HB1, that now puts me in 40 personnel, which is 4 wide receivers. So if you notice when I come out, all right, 4 wide receivers for the Packers. So that's Watson, Golden, Dobbs, and Wicks. Why does that make the plays better? Because if you've played Madden at all, at any high level at all, you would know that speed kills. And right now the tight ends are not very fast, but the receivers are. So now I have 4 receivers instead of 31 personnel. I will say, for those who like that inside zone tip that I put in the last video with the motion, your blocking isn't going to be as good. So that's just a forewarning that when you run with 4 receivers instead of 3 with the tight ends can block better. So just throwing that out there. But now I have 4 receivers. Now, I told you guys when you're at the pre-call screen or the play call screen, you don't. If you guys notice, even though I pressed Y, it still shows Tucker Craft here. I don't know why it's always been like this in every Madden. It's not true. All right, I press B, if you notice the numbers change. So if you don't like where your guys are lined up, just go to coaching, go to depth chart, and then adjust it accordingly. So if you wanted Watson on the outside, you might want to switch him with Golden, put Golden on the other side. Maybe something like, now, Wicks is an 89 speed. I'm a diehard Packer fan. I know Jaden Reed should be in there anyways. I know I like this rookie, but this guy's going to be good for us this year. But I'm liking that 95 speed by Harmon. So I'm just going to keep these as my 5. But my 4, right here, Jaden Reed, Dobbs, Watson, Golden. So when I come out in a play, they should be lined up accordingly. So just play around with it a little bit, figure out where you want. If you're in MUT, all right, you can set your depth chart to automatically be like this every time. So your best receiver may not be in the first spot of the depth chart like usual, but it's just something to, like I said, gives me another read, and it like gives you another adjustment. All right, so now, like another advantage using tight offset tight end, now I have more speed everywhere. I got my fast guys on the outside, Watson and Golden like we want. Dobbs is probably our best route runner, if I had to guess. At least he is in real life. So nice to have him at the Y spot. And then Reed is now our new tight end. So like I said, guys, just play around with it a little bit. But all you have to do is use the right stick to flick through, and feel free. Now that's just the first package, that's HB1. But flip through if maybe you like something else. If you're someone who likes to run a lot, I know there's a package for dual tight ends. If you're like in the goal line, and a lot of the times, guys, when you pick a play, it'll come up on your opponent's screen of what personnel and what package you're running, but it'll still say tight offset tight end. So if you come out with 2 tight ends, it might give it away a little bit, but it doesn't give it away completely. So like I said, just play around with the guys. make your adjustments, but that is a really good tip to make tight offset tight end even stronger than it usually is. So have fun.